This is 11th January 2021, Monday, English video session for class 10. The book I'm dealing is First Flight. The poem name is Amanda. Now, today is 11th January 2021, Monday, English video session for class 10. The book I'm dealing now is First Flight. The name of the poem is Amanda. Let us discuss. The poem is already discussed with you. So, we shall now look into the question and answer section of the poem. How old do you think Amanda is? How do you know this? So, it is a wild guess. What could it be? Amanda is a school-going girl who must be about 9 to 10 years. The things that her mother scolds off are typical instructions given to 9 years or 10-year-old girl. So, out of the instructions given to the girl, we are able to understand that Amanda is a school-going girl who is about 9 to 10 years old because the instructions are very typical to it. Clear, children? Can you write the answers, question and answer? How old is Amanda and how do you know this? Who do you think is speaking to her? Who is speaking to her? Who could it be? Grandmother, auntie, sister? Yeah, it's very clear that it is her mother who is speaking to her. Who is speaking to her? It is her mother. Now, why are the second, fourth and the sixth stanzas given in parenthesis? Stanza 2, stanza 4 and stanza 6 are given in parenthesis because they are thoughts of the child between the instructions that she is being given by her mother, which are given 1, 3 and 5. The scolding by the mother and the child's thought are placed in alternate stanzas by the poet. How is it? Did you read the poem? The first stanza, second stanza? So, usually parenthesis is a clause or a phrase or a word which is inserted into a passage which is already grammatically complete and usually marked off with brackets, commas or dashes. Usually enclosed, the text which is enclosed is called parenthesis. You also call it as a digression. Such brackets usually clarify expressions by grouping those terms and common operators. Okay. So that is the parenthesis. You can find the 1, 3 and 5 are given by the mother. 2, 4 and 6 are parenthesis given by the poet, the child. Okay. So, we have to be very thorough. Which are all the stanzas which are dominated by the mother and the thoughts of the child's thought, we have to keep it in mind. Okay? Yes. Stanza 2, 4 and 6. First, when you are doing this, keep the poem next to you so that it will be easy for you. The 4 plus 4 8 marks question, that is, it will be single question. 4 or 5 lines of the poem will be given and you will be asked questions on it. So they are mostly based on poem and the drama. So we need to be very thorough with which poem, who said that, why was it said that, what was the contextual reference to it, and what does it mean. And also the poetic device used, the also what are all the figure of speech that is used by the poet in order to highlight the poem. All these things are very common, which you have already done in class 9, and I'm just trying to brush up your memory. Okay. So stanza 2, stanza 4 and stanza 6 are given in parentheses because they are thoughts of the child in between and the instructions that are given by her mother, which are given in stanzas 1, 3 and 5. The scoldings by the mother and the child thought are placed in alternate stanzas by the poet. Okay, shall we carry on with the next? Who is the speaker in 246? Do you think the speaker is listening to the thing? What is your opinion? Please find out. Who is the speaker? Without see the poem and find out who is the speaker in 2, 4 and 6. Yes, in the paragraph 246, the speaker is the child. Now, what is the listening here? Whether she is obeying what is said. Is she carrying on the instructions given by the mother? No, she is not listening to her mother, who is speaking in stanza 1, 3 and 5. She is in her thoughts and she is clearly not listening. Why is she not listening? Because she is in her own thoughts. She is in her own world. Okay. In stanza 2, stanza 4 and stanza 6, the speaker is the child. What is the next question? Do you think the speaker is listening? Do you think? So first you have to say yes or no. No, comma. She is not listening to her mother, who is a speaker. On the paragraph 1, 3 and 5. Why? What is the reason why she is not listening? She is lost in her own thoughts. Children, why most of the time the children loses mark is they don't answer to the question. So in one question may be clubbed with 2, 3 questions. We have to answer one by one. Okay. Why? She is lost in her thoughts and she is clearly not listening. Why? And it is very easily notice that she has not at all listening to her mother. Clearly evident. It's evident. Yes? Do you agree with it? Yes. That is why I say go to the paragraph again. Sorry, not paragraph. Stanza again and check it out. Now, let me go to the next one. What could Amanda do if she was a mermaid? Yes, she was in her own thoughts. She is telling, no, if I am a mermaid, how I wish. If Amanda were a mermaid, then what will she do? Then she would drift slowly on the languid emerald sea. She would be the sole inhabitant of the relaxed green sea and move slowly on it. Okay, so she will be the sole inhabitant means what? Nobody else is living there. Green sea, peaceful, beautiful sea, relaxed, which doesn't have any, uh, problem, say ripples or anything. It's a very calm sea. That is why she say relaxed green sea. And what will she do? She's a mermaid. She want to sit? No. She want to move slowly on it. What is the question? What could Amanda? If she is a mermaid, what could she do? So how will your answer be? This is how you have to understand. When we cannot say which question will come, but this is how the approach of the question will be, and we have to be very tactful in answering. If Amanda were a mermaid, then she would slowly drift on the languid emerald sea. Emerald is green stone, that it looks like a green sea. Okay, that's why emerald sea. She would be the sole inhabitant of the sole inhabitant means the only one who is the owner living in the entire green relaxed green sea. Okay, and what would she do? She would move slowly on it. She wants peace. She wants freedom. Yes, many things are made to understand in this particular answer of Amanda. Can you write it? Spelling of languid, Languid. Emerald sea. Okay. Languid. What is this languid? Lacking enthusiasm. Anything is lacking enthusiasm is languid. Languid means languid, lacking enthusiasm, energy, strength. See, for example, after the entire day of work, how are you? Feeling weak, lack of energy. So, how do you walk? You walk very tired. Is it not? That's called languid movements. Okay, early morning, if you are walking in a languid movement, then people ask what happened. Early morning itself, you are walking like this. So, a languid is usually a movement which has no enthusiasm, no energy, no strength. Okay, like fatigue, tired, lack of strength. Okay, so emerald sea, which when it is tired, how would it be? It will not show any ripples, it will not show any wave or anything. It will be calm. Is it not? Yes. Exhausted, a fainting. Okay, a weak, a weary emerald sea. Okay, children, shall we go to the next? Did you write it? Languid, language, did you get the meaning? Yes. Is Amanda an orphan? Why does she say so? No. Amanda is orphan? No. She says so because she wants to be alone. She wants to roam around the streets alone and the pattern dust with her bare, with her, W-I-T-H, children, with her bare feet. Not wit. Wit is brain, thought. Being wise is wit, W-I-T. This is W-I-T-H. Wit is a preposition. With her bare feet. She finds silence golden and freedom sweet. Silence is compared to golden and freedom is compared to sweet. It is for this reason she calls herself an orphan. Okay, what she wants is to be alone. Please make clear thing. Alone is different. Orphan is different. Orphan is nobody to support her, nobody to be with her is orphan. Here she is not an orphan. She says so because she wants to be alone. Why? She wants to roam around in the streets. How? Alone and pattern of dust with all the dust in her feet, bare feet. She finds silence. How is the silence? Golden. She compares silence as golden. Freedom as sweet. Okay? It is only for this reason she calls herself an orphan. Clear, children? Yes. Please write. Do you know the story of Rapunzel? Why does she want to be Rapunzel? Rapunzel, how many of you know the story, children? I think all of you would have read that fairy story with the long, beautiful hair, and how the fellow will cut, the king will climb, the prince will climb onto it, and one day when the grandmother will cut it, not cut, my grandmother aunt, she'll cut it, is it not? You remember? Let's see. She wanted to be Rapunzel because she wanted to live alone. Rapunzel lived alone in the tall tower and had a long, beautiful hair. She was held captive by her grandmother, who came to the tower by climbing her long hair. The girl also wants to live alone in the tower, as she would not have to care about anything, as life in the tower would be tranquil, peace, and rare. However, she also decided that she would never throw down her hair for anyone to come up, and she wanted to live alone always. Okay. Rapunzel was in the big tower, the tall tower, is it not? Yes. We all know the story of Rapunzel, how she was living in the tall tower. And she was put there by her grandmother, and she was kept as a captive. It is not out of her wish she was kept there, she was kept as a captive. And when her grandmother wanted to visit her, she will ask her to put the hair, and she would climb and see. But here Amanda doesn't want to be like that. She don't want to put down her hair and want someone to come there. She wanted to live her life in peace, tranquility, and rare. Tranquility, perfect peace, nobody to disturb. Okay? Understood? Shall we read again? Look at the spelling of Rapunzel, R-A-P, Rapunzel. Rapunzel, she wants to be Rapunzel because she wants to live alone. Rapunzel lived alone in a tall tower and had long, beautiful hair. She was held captive by her grandmother, who came to the tower by climbing her long hair. The girl also wants to live alone in the tower, as she would not have to care about anything, as the life in the tower would be tranquil, peace, and rare. However, she decided that she would never throw down her hair for anyone to come up, and she wanted to live alone always. Okay? Yes. Please write this answer. There are lots of cartoons programs connected with Rapunzel. Yes. What does the girl earn for? What does this poem tell you about? Please make a note of this, children. From the beginning of it, what does she wanted? Why does she say all those things to her mother? Why? I want it in one line. Tell it. The girl earns for solitude. Solitude means loneliness, and peace. Peace, nobody to interfere. Calm. Solitude is singleness, and peace. Okay? In all the things she dreams of, she wants to stay alone. She wants to stay alone. If she is a mermaid, then she wanted to drift slowly on a calm sea. You remember the emerald, languid emerald sea, where she would be a only inhabitant. Okay? She even goes to imagine if she were an orphan. In that case, she would roam around the streets in the silence and freedom. She also wishes to be Rapunzel, that she would not let her hair, but she would not let her hair down for anybody to climb up. This shows how she is fed up with the continuous scolding she receives from her mother. She wants to go away from her to the some place where she would not be constantly nagged and would be able to live peacefully. Okay? Shall I stop here, children? Please read and come in the next class. Thank you.